Once upon a time, in a golden meadow, lived an ant named Memo and a grasshopper named Jojo. The meadow was rich with sweet clover, offering an endless buffet of absolute abundance. To most, it seemed like this paradise would last forever. But Memo knew the brutal truth of nature. Seasons change, and survival belongs only to those who prepare for the storm. And while Jojo spent his days basking in the warm sunlight, singing sweet melodies, Memo was locked in a relentless grind. From dawn until dusk, Memo marched back and forth, carrying heavy grains and seeds to his underground bunker. His joints ached, his frame was exhausted, and his days were entirely consumed by grueling, disciplined labor. And Jojo watched Memo's struggle and laughed. "Why do you waste your youth working, Memo?" Jojo jeered. "Look around. The meadow is full of food. Come, enjoy the present, and stop living in fear of a future that hasn't arrived." The other insects joined in, labeling Memo a paranoid, joyless worker who didn't know how to live. But Memo remained unfazed by the mockery. He didn't waste his breath arguing, nor did he seek validation. He built his strategy in private and executed his moves with absolute discretion. He quietly stacked his underground chambers, reinforced his tunnels, and sealed his reserves, knowing that the opinion of a fool is worthless when the frost arrives. Then the golden summer withered away. A freezing wind swept down and a heavy blanket of snow buried the meadow. The green leaves shriveled into dust and the water turned to solid ice. Winter had arrived, ruthless and completely unforgiving. Jojo's songs died. Shivering in the cold, his wings stiff, hunger gnawed at his stomach. Desperate, he dragged his body to Memo's fortress. Through a crack, he saw Memo sitting in a warm, lit chamber, surrounded by mountains of grain. Jojo knocked weakly. "Please, Memo, I am starving. Give me just a handful of your seeds." Memo looked at him, his gaze firm and cold. "When I was working in the dirt, you laughed at my blueprints. You chose the cheap satisfaction of today, while I chose the painful discipline of tomorrow. I cannot compromise my family's survival to fund your laziness." Memo closed the door, leaving Jojo to face the cold reality of his own choices. The story of Memo teaches us that discipline is the bridge to your future sovereignty. Do not let temporary comfort trick you into laziness. The seasons of life are cyclical. Easy times will fade, and a winter of hardship will arrive. If you spend your summers chasing cheap pleasures, you will find yourself begging at the gates of those who paid the price. Build your fortress in silence. Let the lazy laugh at your focus. Work hard in the shadows while others play, so that when winter strikes, you aren't begging, you are ruling your empire in warmth.